Okay.
This is for TDS. Whenever you say you're recording, right?
Yeah, I just started recording.
So whenever you say withholding taxes or TDS, it is going to be applicable on vendors.
Okay.
It is applicable on vendors first. Second, so since single vendor means no customer, and it is an advanced tax, like you pay your income tax. So income tax is also a part of TDS itself. Okay, so
Yep.
it is an advanced tax as well. So what happens basically in it? I don't know what are the different criteria there in USA, which is being calculated on the payment to contractors part. There are different heads where it is getting calculated. TDS on rent, professional services, then after income tax, TDS on interest, then after rent, services, interest, then you have TDS on income from stocks. When you got maybe royalties, when you got money as a part of, when you have bought some shares and you are getting some income from there, that is there as well. There are different sections where TDS is applicable. To see the whole list, you should refer to the document that I have shared you.
Okay.
Withholding tax. Right here. See, these are different sections where interest rather than securities, interest on securities. Yeah. These are all the different sections where TDS is applicable. In India, they have got names in terms of sections. Okay. 192, 193, 194, 194C, 194A, These are all sections applicable in India. You have to refer to your local country, wherever you are residing right now, and find out what are different heads where this TDS is getting calculated. Okay? The one we are going to do over here is payment to contractors. Payment to contractors, see, when you buy goods and services, then goods buying is not a column what we cover under TDS. Goods are having sale tax, right?
Yeah.
Like in India right now, GST is trending, or tax on sale purchase, whatever it is going to be applicable on goods.
Okay.
But not when it comes to services, on that service tax will be applicable, right? When you are buying or receiving services. So that is also not a part of this particular era. So what are we doing over here? You heard about contracts. So whenever you give any contract or whenever you take any contract from some other company or maybe a person, in that situation, this contract income is going to be taxable. In India, there are two rates over here. One is 1% of One is 1% that's applicable here for non-companies, and the other one is 2% for companies. There are two rates which is being applicable here in India itself. Okay.
Yep.
So basically, these are two rates which are applicable. If you are giving contract to a company, you are going to charge 2%, and if you are giving it to a person or a contractor who is not registered with the government, in that case, he is going to pay 1%. So these are the slots basically. Achha, what you are going to do with withholding taxes? Say you charged withholding taxes 1% out of an invoice of maybe 5 lakhs. So your total withholding taxes 5,000. What you are going to do with that? You are going to pay to the government. Achha, if I am paying to somebody, I will be deducting that.
Okay.
The payer deducts always. Like in case of your salary, who deducts the income tax? Your employer. So this is similar situation. Whoever pays will be deducting that tax. Come down. We have two types of basically time when you can deduct TDS from the invoice. One is at the time of invoicing. We just mentioned that in the invoice itself, the rate of TDS and percentage, and deduct it. When you are going to pay it, whoever is going to pay, he will send the denomination of TDS into the invoice. You have to pay the money, whatever you are intended to pay after taxes in case of invoice level in this situation. The other situation is while making the payment. So invoice or payment, whichever comes first. If invoice comes first, then it will be calculated on invoice. If payment comes first, it will be deducting on the payment part. Open SPRO and SAP reference IMG. Go to Financial Accounting New. Global Settings New. Withholding Tax. Go to Extended Tax. This is the older one now, withholding plain. So go to Extended Withholding Tax. Here go to Basic Settings, and first of all, check country. Check withholding tax countries. Try to find out if you have US over here. US, showing US Aruba. It's not the one we are looking for. We are looking for US. Let me type it in both the boxes. No, we don't have.
Oh.
So we are going to create a new entry out of that. Okay, create new entry. Go to US and US. USA and save it. So country we have defined. Go to define keys. Provide that country and then click on new entry. Now what are you going to define over here? All these settings.
Okay.
These sections. Have a look. I have given the similar name. If you want, you can change it to maybe USA. One, two, three. I don't know what they say it over there.
Yeah, I have no idea. Neither.
But you have to get idea.
Yes, sure.
6 and 7. You can say it like this. Okay, then save it. Now, we are going to do which one? Payment to contract. Just this one.
Yeah.
Close basic setting. Just after you have calculation, you have first of all type, then code. So go to type first. Here you are going to define what type of withholding taxes you are dealing with. So we are going to deal with payment to contractors.
Yeah.
So we have to define the same over here. Time again. So here we have got withholding tax type for invoice posting, and then we have for payment posting. We will define both. Why invoice? When you want to cut it at the invoice level, and the other one when you want to deduct it at payment level. So withholding tax principle says invoice or payment, whichever comes first, it will be deducted.
Good.
So click on execute on invoice posting, provide your country, give a type, take anyone, say A1, okay, write down here payment to contractors, okay, PTC, okay, at, you can write it in full.
Okay. Payment to contractor, right?
Looks better. In the bracket put INV, stands for invoice level,
Okay.
okay. Then it is going to be calculated on the gross amount. In the rounding rule, select commercial rounding. See, you have two more options here. Round up, round down. So when you do round up, 2.3 will be always rounded to 3. Whether it's 2.1 or 2.9, it will be always rounded to 3. And if it is round down, then whether it is 2.9, it will be always rounded to 2.
Okay.
The mathematical rule. The third one is arithmetical rounding, what we use in mathematics. 2.4 is 2 and 2.5 is 3.
3.
So this is also called commercial rounding as well. So that is what we have selected. You say accumulation when you are going to sum them up, say as per the calendar year.
Okay, per quarter, month.
No, you have to take per calendar year only. If you will be in India, you will be checking per month starting with 4, means April.
Yes. Okay.
And check accumulate tax to maximum and save it. Accumulate means when you will be doing a valuation overall. So one entry has been defined. A1, payment to contractors on invoice level. Second one, type of payment posting. New entry, you may do A2. Okay. Write down payment to contractors at the level of what? PMT means payment. Okay.
Okay.
Again, gross amount, commercial rounding. Specify whichever comes first, discount or tax. Obviously, discount will come first, then tax will come. This is a situation when you have both discount and taxes.
Okay.
So discount will always come first.
Okay.
You can't pay taxes for the amount which has been discounted to you. So as per calendar year, accumulate and save.
Yeah.
Done. Payment posting and invoice posting. Go to the third one, company code. Assign withholding text type to the company code. Click on execute. Hit new entries. In the company code name, put here, what is that?
T81.
1. And tax type is A1, right? Tax with tax agent and obligated form. You may give the current date, maybe 31/12/9999. You can give it to maximum. You can give it until the next year as well.
Okay.
That is 2017. Last date of financial year you can give. Maybe next year onwards you are going to have a new tax, so you will be putting that over here.
Yeah.
This time A2. A2 is the other one. Payment level. Save it. Achha, I've left something. Go back to calculation. We have defined tax types, but we haven't defined the codes. I mean, we have not defined percentage rates. So
Okay.
come down. Define withholding tax codes. Whether for invoice level or payment level, all will be defined here itself. Hit a new entry. Tax type for invoice level is A1, and put here 01, 02 or anything else that you want.
Yeah.
In the offset key, select payment to contractors. Write down here TDS at the rate of 1%. Achha, contractors 1%. We have to mention whether it is on invoice or the payment level. So invoice level, and say it as on with contractor. Oh, sorry. All right.
Yep.
Percentage subject to tax 100%. Posting indicator, select one. Bank vendor customer line item reduced means whatever is the tax amount will be deducted from the invoice amount. And how much percentage? 1%.
Yeah. 1%.
Save it. Second, tax type, this time A2. We have to define two tax codes now. So okay, A1, then 02, there was 01, say it as 02. Instead of 1, type 2. Subject to tax 100%. Posting indicator 1, and how much percent? 2%. So 2 codes we have defined.
Yeah.
Third one is A2, 01. Since I have taken A1, A2, so you can't use that. You may be taking some other character.
Yeah, sure.
C1, C2,
But
B1,
but company code is different, right? Can we create on A1, A2? It's a different company.
No, do it in your company codes.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to add items here, you can do, but that will be illogical.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Yeah, yeah.
1% on
Mm-hmm.
payment. And instead of contractor, we are gonna have subcontractor. Okay?
Okay.
Then only it is going to be directed at the rate of how much? Contractor is 1%, subcontractor is 1% and contractor is 2%. Achha. Fine. I made a mistake. I'll correct it in a couple of minutes. 1 and 1. I have to go back and check A101. This is also what? Subcontractor. 1% is subcontractor and 2% is contractor. Next. Okay, 1% is subcontractor. Then next, A2, 02, offset USA 3, payment to contractor, invoice is written now. Let's make it what? Payment. PMT. Delete. 100, 1%, sorry, 1 and 2%. This is the total invoice value under consideration. So 100% when you are deducting it. So from customer vendor line item, and the tax rate is how much? 2%. So these are all the 4 codes that we have got. Invoice, payment. Fine. Now we can move on to the company code easily. Assignment we did already. A1 and A2. Company code T81. These two, A1 and A2. We did that, right?
Yeah.
So by default, withholding tax codes, withholding taxes are deactivated for vendors. If you want to have it, you have to activate it. So click on activate taxes. At the bottom line, do put the company code, that's T81, and check this item, extended withholding tax, and save it. Then now last part, posting accounts of withholding tax. Accounts for withholding tax. Define accounts for withholding tax to be paid over. Provide your chart of account. Click on tax code, tax type, leave debit credit. Save it. But before you can come down here and do the setting, you will need an account. Take 1450, company code T81. Click on create. Select output taxes. Where is that? Balance sheet item. Say it as TDS account.
Yeah.
Control data. Say it as upper item management, because it's a tax. It's not always paid right away to the government. Government has set up different times when you can go and pay the taxes. create bank interest. Like you heard about income taxes filing is being done once in a year. Some similar situation is here also. G0 and 41. That is why we are marking that account as open item here. Okay.
Yeah.
Save it and you're good. So account created. Text type A1 and A1 two time. A2 and A2 also two time. A1 have two codes 01 and 01. A2 have 01 and 02. A2 is also having two codes 1450, 1450, 1450, and at the end 1450. So whether it is on invoice level or the payment level, it will be paid all the way to one single account called as TDS account. Okay, dear?
Yeah.
Now, you're all set. Go and create a vendor. Do we have an existing vendor? Let's check out. AMR, Indeed. Let's define a new one, okay?
Yeah.
Say ABC. It's not required to be defined a new one always. ABC contractors. Okay? Acha. Remember, withholding tax is not applicable on all the vendors.
Yeah, sure.
Only selected chosen vendors will be there. That is why I'm defining a new one itself. Nothing here. Nothing here. For your consideration, 1200. Sort key 001. Cash management A1. Terms of payment 0001. No dunning. Here. After dunning, it is going to appear called as withholding tax accounting.
Yeah.
So your country is going to be US. You have two types of taxes, A1 and A2. So put two lines and here go for selection and select one. Either 1% and 2%. Select any one. You can anyway change it later on. So don't worry. Make both of them liable. Means both of them are going to be applicable. Whichever you don't want, you can remove from invoice. Saved it. So this is the vendor 101005. Acha, if you want to change an existing vendor and put the withholding tax detail, in that case, you have to put it like this, the number and then the last step, withholding tax. So we don't have a vendor like this. See, this is TCS, sorry, DHL, vendor name. You can just put here country, here A1 and A2, and here put the rate, and then make both of them liable. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
Now, go for booking an invoice, FB50. Acha, sorry, FB60, Y50. This is your ABC contractor. Put your amount, 4500. If you have withholding tax, then don't forget to click on withholding text tab. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is for invoice level and the other one is for what? Payment level. So it say it is applicable on invoice. So first of all, delete payment. Delete it, and then select the codes if you want to change it here. If it is subcontractor, 1%. If it is contractor, 2% will be applicable. So you can change these details from here. All right, buddy.
Yeah.
Click on simulate and see. 2%, 90 to the 180. So 1800 as TDS is getting deducted from here. Post it and you will be good. Okay.
Okay.
Same vendor. This time you have an invoice of how much? 10,000. And you want to calculate TDS on what? Invoice level. Sorry, payment level. So go to tab, withholding text tab. Delete. This is invoice level, na, upper one. Delete it. We want to calculate on which level? Payment level. And what percentage? 2% payment
2%.
on contractor.
Yeah.
Simulate. This time you will see there is no tax going because it will be deducted while making the payment. So 2% of 10,000 will be how much? 200,
2. Yeah.
and 1800 will be deducted in the previous invoice. So total 18 plus 2, 2000,
2.
right?
Yep.
So, and total payment is 90 plus 10, 100,000. So out of 100,000 you have to deduct 2000 as taxes and the remaining 98 will be paid. That is what the logic of withholding tax. So let's go and pay it. Go to slash n f dash 53, provide a date, bank. I'm giving an amount. I can change it later on if not matching. ABC contractors, process of an item, and see 98 entered and 98 assigned. If you see here, you will see a different picture. 88,200 plus 10,000. So that will be 98,200, right? But this 200 which is getting deducted here is taxes. Go to withholding tax tab here. In the first one, see 0 as tax is applicable, and in the other one you have a tax of 200. Got it here?
Yep.
So simply go to document and simulate, and you will see in the previous one 98,001 the tax has been deducted on invoice only, but here it is getting deducted on the payment level, so it is here. Okay, post it and you will be good. Must practice this topic by today,
Yeah. Definitely.
and in the class tomorrow we'll have the bigger topic, tax on sale purchase. I'll be sharp at 6:30
Yeah.
Indian time.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right then.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
You too.